The first question is regarding recycling. And candidate Regalado, you'll be the first one to answer. Recycling is not a habit for every Jersey City resident, mainly due to education on what is and what is not accepted by the incinerator authority. Share with us what you know about the city's recycling program and tell us what you would propose to encourage the city to pursue other buyers for all recyclables.
Good evening, everyone. Recycling is very important to us all in Jersey City, not only for us, but for our younger families and the people growing up in Jersey City. I understand how important it is, and I think we can make it easier for people if we do educate them, if we give people the proper tools to recycle. Sending people the proper education and giving them the equipment, extra garbage cans, giving them the green bags and making it accessible to them is all part of education. So I think if we work harder with the communities and we work closer together, we can all benefit from recycling. In the past years, there's been a number of incidents where people haven't been doing their part to recycle and to do what's proper, which has put a heavy load on the inspectors and police departments to try to keep everybody up to date with what it's all about. I think we need to focus more on getting together with the communities, with the churches, and showing people how important it is for everyone to do their part when it comes to recycling.
Candidate Perez, you're next.
Thank you for everyone for having us. Recycling is a very unique issue. We could talk about recycling in terms of the aluminum, glass, and everything, the household recyclables, which I think I'm very proud of Jersey City as a whole. I think a lot of our neighbors, a lot of our constituents have been really stepping up and making sure that they are recycling. I think we've fallen short on certain areas where we turn in terms of educating newcomers, making sure that we move up on enforcement of that. But I think that there's other recycling issues that we have to address, such as what the mayor aptly calls the urban tumbleweeds, the plastic bags, going into the supermarkets and making sure that we start promoting reusable bags or if you're using plastic bags, going and taking them back to recyclable containers at some of the supermarkets. I think that there are a lot of things that we can do in terms of education, and I think I'm very proud of some of the things that the school system has been doing in terms of promoting recycling amongst the young children. Some of the things that they've done, including working with private companies, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, in terms of doing contests, recycling contests, taking those materials home with them so that they're educating their parents. I think these are things that we can see in the pilot programs in certain schools that we can really kind of bolster and we can really start moving into the general public. Other areas where we can increase this is in some of our businesses. I mean, what we have to realize is Jersey City is a state leader compared to Newark and some of the other cities that don't have mandatory recycling programs. I'm very proud that Jersey City has been doing its part, and I think there's still room for a lot of growth, and I hope that we can start taking some of these initiatives and moving them from school to school and community to community. And part of that is working with the community members to start educating themselves, neighborhood associations, and making sure that we keep up those programs active.
Thank you. Candidate Connolly, you're next.
Recycling, well, we all ought to be concerned about recycling. God gave us this good earth to use, but He also gave us this good earth not to abuse. Now, respecting the commercial recycling, my understanding is that many of the commercial structures, particularly the bigger ones, have private concerns that recycle. Now, whether the city is enforcing that or not, I don't know. If they're not, they certainly should be enforcing. Respecting our citizens' recycling, it should certainly ought to be encouraged, but I think the city has to also understand it might not be that easy for some of us to recycle, in particular the senior citizens, for them to be concerned about bringing their bottles, the various colors, to the various dump sites, such as other localities have, where they have a central recycling center and they have all these various colored barrels. Maybe some of you have seen them in other towns. I don't know that we can expect our senior citizens to be doing that. I think everyone does want to recycle. I think they respect our good earth. and they want to do what they can to keep it clean. But I think we have to make it practical. I think we have to make it affordable and amenable to our lifestyles. But in all respects, to encourage it as strongly as we can.
Candidate Rivera, you're next.
Thank you guys for having us here, ladies and gentlemen. I think recycling, environmental is a key focus of recycling. I mean, we should already be doing it in our homes, and we need to ask ourselves, are other businesses doing recycling? You know, do we know if they're doing recycling, and you know, do we care? And yes, we do care about recycling, and it's something that, like I said, we should do daily and periodically. It's something that's great for our environment. And you know, we need to lead by example. Let's make sure that City Hall, you know, does its fair share of recycling. And you know, we can reach out to associations like Jersey City Parks Coalition. You know, that maybe they can, you know, maybe teach us in things in terms of composting and stuff and stuff like that, so that we can get educated on that.
Thank you. Candidate Navarro.
Recycling over the past 9 years has been a really squandered opportunity for the city of Jersey City under this current administration. You know, there's escalating cost of waste with population growth in Jersey City and increased consumption, and so much to the point that we're now charging our schools for trash collection and trash disposal. Just last year, the city bonded, I voted against it, for $7 million to pay for unpaid bills by the Jersey City Incinerator Authority for trash disposal. So there's an inverse relationship between recycling and our waste disposal. There's an opportunity to increase revenues because we gain revenues as a city by doing and increasing recycling, by encouraging it and making it increase. Conversely, we reduce our waste and reduce our waste disposal costs. We have a grant in the city called the Clean Communities Grant, and up till now it's been being used to basically plug holes in our budget, Jersey City Incinerator Authority budget. And what I'd like to see is that we utilize those monies for the purposes that it's intended to be used for a community education initiative, working with our public schools, our neighborhood associations, and our great nonprofits to improve and educate our community about recycling and use it as incentives to increase recycling. The last thing I'd say is I just completely agree with Daniel Rivera that we need to lead by example in Jersey City. City Hall needs to kind of take the lead on that and ensure that we're doing recycling in City Hall and in all our government agencies. And I can assure you under full administration that we're going to be a leader in sustainability in Jersey City for the state of New Jersey.
Thank you. Candidate Waterman.
What I know about the recycling program, because I'm a resident, and based on the resident standpoint, recycling is picked up on a certain day. And we have to make sure it's there. And so that's fine. But on the commercial side, recycling, you have to make sure that your company picks up the recycling and they're responsible for it. But when it comes to recycling, the community, the city gains revenue. Now, if the city gains revenue, I think we need to educate the city so we can get more revenue in. I think that's a priority when it comes to recycling. When I was reading an article on Philadelphia does this, and I think it's an excellent idea. They order like solar compactors. And these solar compactors, what it does, it holds twice as much garbage. But what's good about this solar compactor is wireless. And as the garbage fills up, it sends a signal to the department and allows the department to know when to pick up. And what that does, that saves on the transportation. We can cut back on that, how, incinerator authority picks up instead of just going out, on Monday and Wednesday to pick up, recycling. It lets the incinerator authority knows exactly what day to pick up, so what it does, it saves us money. So I think we need to be educated on recycling. I believe recycling needs to be enforced. I really do, because of the ozone layer, because of the environment that we're dealing with. So I think it's very important for us to really start educating the community on recycling. Because you know what? We can make money, and at this stage, we need money in Jersey City. Thank you.